On this episode of Enter the Lab, week 1 of the NFL season gets jumping off, and mid-season form for the NFL, and we're all excited to talk about the Giants, Dolphins, combined going 2-0, which may not happen the rest of the season. NFL was on fire this week. A lot of close games, a lot of big-time plays, big-time players stepping up. Also, Queen Elizabeth II dies. We crack some jokes. We talk about some the internet going crazy on that. And then we dive into UFC 279 card review, the Canelo Triple G fight coming up, and some randomness throughout the episode, but definitely write a review, follow us on YouTube, subscribe to us, follow us Instagram, Twitter, all that. What do you got for us, Fort?
Man, week 1, NFL, episode 40. So, it's only right. I had to celebrate with some Billionaires roll, some of that cognac. We got a little bit of champagne. We got some caviar that was, special delivered. I'm still waiting on the hoodie.
Yeah, we still waiting on the hoodie.
Still waiting on the hoodie. But hey, it's all good. It's all good, man. Episode 40.
Let's get it cracking. Episode 40. Let's go. You have now entered the lab, episode 40, Elvis, Escobar, Fort Tama. It's a little bit of a big deal for us.
Absolutely.
Why?
Because
tell the people.
This episode 40 officially makes Enter the Lab a longer running podcast than the Utility Players.
Shout out.
Shout out Utility Players. Shout out Gravy. Shout out Ben. Both their teams got a dub over the weekend. Love to see it. Love to hear it.
Damn, a lot of people went, a lot of groups of my friends went 4-0. Derv went 4-0 with the Commanders, Dolphins, Browns, and Giants winning. I don't think we'll ever see that the rest of the season. And then now with the Bears, too. Add the Bears to that.
Bears. Yeah.
That's... Week 1's crazy always, huh?
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll get into it. Episode 40. No, it's dope. I think I mentioned like 10 episodes. I was like, wait, have we done more episodes with Enter the Lab than Utility Players? And I was off by a lot. But yeah, it is one up on it, and in probably half the time, we're very efficient, consistent, and we're having some fun here. So hopefully this will be another great.
Have we done an episode every week since we started?
Yeah,
I think we have.
Yeah, we
have.
I
don't think we missed a week.
I don't believe.
Y'all can fact check us, but
I don't believe that there was one. There might have been one that we recorded, maybe 2 in a week, and then we used one of those as the other one. But yeah. I think for the most part, every week that since we started has matched up to at least one produced episode.
Yeah.
So we'll
if
say
anything,
that.
we were like a day later than usual or something like that.
Yeah, it hasn't been, but there are things coming up in someone's personal life, one of 2 people, that will happen in the next couple of months that we might maybe take 1 week off, maybe 2, just to kind of give the pod a rest.
Having a baby.
Ford is definitely not having a baby. That we will make sure of that. We'll see what the abortion. No, not.
Oh fuck.
In the state of Georgia.
You gotta drive some places now.
You might have to.
Shit.
But no, yeah, maybe there'll be a time where we take off for an episode or 2 in the month of November. But we'll see about that. We'll try to make.
We'll
that
have some
happen.
content though. We'll have some pretty solid content in the month of November.
No, we definitely will. We got some more guests we want to book. But yeah. So we haven't talked all weekend. I went away camping. But what were you up to this week? Anything happened? Anything you did? And then I'll kind of break down my camping part 2 to my life.
Yeah,
as I scratch my mosquito bites that I got a lot of.
I saw that. Bree sent me a picture, and I was like, yo, don't ever in your life send me any shit like that again.
Yeah,
like
look like monkeypox.
I don't need to see that. And monkeypox flopped, by the way. Like, no one's talking about that shit.
Nah, they tried us.
COVID was doing numbers.
They tried us.
Shit. Yeah.
So what was
but
going
not-
on in your world?
Like shit, my week, pretty much the same thing. Nothing crazy, bro. I'm so low key right now, and work, just building machines. Finally going out tomorrow. Like we got this dude Frank that transferred from the warehouse over in Norcross up in Atlanta, and he's gonna be kind of like a my higher up, my production lead and whatnot, and he's kind of setting the tone and making sure everything is running smoothly, and I'm picking up a lot of stuff from him, and it's pretty cool to learn. Just I was already learning a lot, but now I'm learning a lot more just from him because he's been doing it for 5 years. So shout out Frank, I appreciate that, and I hope to learn a lot more. Saturday was lit. I went to a bodybuilding show competition, and that definitely
What city?
It was in Savannah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. People were coming though from all over the place. There was people from North Carolina. There was people from California.
Yeah, I feel like
Arizona.
Savannah's like one of those hubs in America.
Some-
On the
Some lady
southeast.
came from Spain. Some lady came from Spain.
Oh,
and
shit.
was competing. Yeah,
That's dope.
She actually won her division, which was pretty cool. So that's worth it. But bro, like these people pay a lot of money to like compete. It's not like a thing where you could just pull up and do it if you're training and dieting and doing all that kind of shit. Like you have to pay to like register and do all that kind of shit, and like the trunks that they wear, that the guys wear, and like the bikinis that the girls wear, like that shit's expensive. Like it's not cheap. Like
Yeah,
like,
that's
I
an
found
industry
out-
that I never understood, and I still don't understand, but I respect it. There's art and a craft that goes into it, but that's wild. Shit's
There's a lot of different classes for both men and women. Shout out Nicole, Kenny's girl. I shouted out Kenny on here before. He did a show a few weeks ago. Nicole, she was in it on Saturday. She won her division and overall. Shout out her, man.
Shit.
Like this.
That household has a standard, huh?
Oh, absolutely.
That household,
yeah.
you know what I mean? You must be have this percent body
You gotta
fat to enter.
You got to bench at least 225 before you pull up. Her squat like 400. Yeah, but
I love it.
I mean, the shit that Kenny has told me, that like the work that she puts in, like not just in the gym, but like with her diet, with her posing,
Eating, yeah, that's big.
everything, like well deserved for her. So like she won a backpack. She won this big ass sword that they were giving out. She won an entry for a national show, Olympia show, for free. That's like $300 something just to enter. So she made out pretty well, and so shout out her. Like that shit, that's mad commitment. It really opened up my eyes to a lot of stuff. Saturday
Did you
was cool, man.
Did you go because of him and the situation, or?
Yeah. So I just wanted to go out, show some support. Plus like I wasn't really gonna do anything else. Like it was either like do that or like go to the gym and like watch college football. And like I had been to the gym every day last week, so I kind of just wanted to take a rest day. And it was cool, bro. Like I kind of networked. They gave out free protein Pop-Tarts. Bro, them shits were fire, bro. Like you would never think it was protein. And it was just cool to see. I don't know if I'll ever do a show like that. Shit takes a lot, but it was an eye-opening experience, and I'll go to other ones for sure. I'm gonna have to try and sneak in though, because like that shit was kind of expensive.
Really? They get you on that?
Bro. Yeah, it was expensive, man. Like, so I pulled up and I kind of like walked right in, and this lady was like, "Oh, do you have your wristband?" I'm like, "What wristband?" She's like, "Oh, you gotta go over there and like pay." And like they have a prejudging section, and then they have a final section, and it was $65 for prejudging, and then it said $80 for final. So I'm thinking, oh, like it's $80 for both. And then when the girl was like about to charge me, she's like 147. I'm like, wait.
That's
wait.
crazy.
I'm like, wait, whoa.
What is this, Disneyland?
I was like, chill. That's like, nah, like that's like 2 tanks of gas, 3 tanks of gas. Relax.
Yeah, no, that's a lot. Anything
So,
that's going over, $50 for a ticket has to be justified.
Yeah, so I just bought the first one, and then like they didn't really check anything after, so I was just like, bro, really? Like there was no one at the door like checking.
Oh, I hate that when you
like,
pay for
dog,
shit.
Come on, bro. So it is what it is. Like I'm not tripping, but it was worth it. It was worth it. It was cool. Like I said, just mad dedication to everyone that does shows and does that kind of shit. Sunday I just chilled, watched Red Zone, was at the gym. Nothing crazy.
Yeah, Sundays is now for just chilling and for me, Sundays are pretty empty outside of football season. So I'm glad I have something to kind of fill it. Whether I could stay home and watch football, which I mainly do during the season, but I have the option of either going out for the midday games or at night. But it at least gives something I could have the option of doing. My weekend, like I posted, camping, did another campsite. This one was I was kind of not up in your area, but headed towards you a little bit more in a little south of St. Augustine area, Rattlesnake Island. Shout out to everybody that we all went with and we had a good time. But man, it was a journey. We made it into when we left last week. We left on Thursday to kind of make it like instead of driving straight 4 hours, we wanted to do like 2 hours, chill in Cocoa Beach, which was nice. Get a hotel room and then the next day travel 2 more hours. But man, so the situation was this: the first time I was camping, like I said on this podcast, it was went up on a Friday, left on a Sunday, so it was like a day and a half combined. And the only issue about it, first time camping, was a lot of rain and a lot of sand. Where it wasn't by a beach, but it was by like fresh water. But it had a lot of sand in between everywhere. I think they put it's like man-made sand type situation. So they just put sand to I guess contain everything and make it more feasible for camping or whatever the reason is. I don't know. I'm a novice at this shit. So this situation was different. We had to park we had a park, all of us at a park or a designated area where people fish, and then take a canoe and kayaks over to the land, which was about 2 to 3 football fields. I think it was more like 3 football fields, it felt like. So 400 yards over to like the island. And it was a big island, but like right by the water, you could camp and have a campsite. Man, we had to make like 5 or 6 trips just to get everybody shit. 7 people total, including a dog. Or what was it? No, yeah, 6 people total, including a dog. So not including dogs, so 7 life forms. But we got the whole island to ourselves. It was a great view. We got to see people with their boats. Bugs were a bitch. I don't know if it was the season, but man,
you don't got no
just
repellent?
To make a point. What?
You don't got no repellent?
We had plenty. We had everything. We we all ate bacon, egg, and cheeses in the water. This dude brought a like a stove top and everything. We had everything. Probably like the 5 Ps were out. Everybody had their 5 Ps. There wasn't. We probably brought too much shit. But the only issue was obviously lugging everything across. Then when we woke up on Sunday, waking up your last day, you want nothing but to wake up and go home. But guess what? We woke up. Everybody woke up at 8:30, and we started the pack up process by 8:39. I didn't get in my car driving away from the site till 12 noon. So it was 3 to 4 hours of packing up, pulling it over by the beach or the water side, packing it to the canoe and the kayaks, transporting it, making 3 trips away with the current. At the end of the day, it sounds bad, but in between the beginning and the end was a lot of fun. Yeah, I know. It was definitely, the ending was
That's
was
how it always
treacherous.
is camping, though. That's how
No, it
always
isn't.
is.
But I'm glad we did it. I'll never do it again unless we have like a boat or a way
that's true, 'cause you
faster.
gotta, like,
Yeah,
canoe and
if
shit.
we have a boat or anything that could take 1 or 2 trips, it's fine. But it did teach me a lot as far as what I could do when I'm like tired, a little hungover. The sun was bright, bugs, everything. It's just like, damn, I can really put my head down and fucking fight through it. So
Lock in.
that's what camping is, though. You know what I mean? Camping is
Yeah.
being uncomfortable. Camping is what I've learned from it is doing something way out of your realm that you don't do 95% of your year or week or whatever it is. It's really
Yeah.
putting yourself in different atmosphere. So I liked it.
Yeah, you don't go on a camping trip and you're like, oh, I'm going to just like lay back and have the time of my life and just
Yeah.
like chill. Nah. Like you got
It's
put
a
some
mix.
effort in when you go.
Yeah, it's a mix. It's like you're gonna put in effort. Like there was we woke up Saturday and it was cool. We had like I said, we woke up, we went by the water. A dude made bacon, egg, and cheeses. We had some drinks first thing in the morning. Then we went on a kayak to explore. They laid down crab traps around the area. So we caught some crabs. They got some, I don't know if I
caught crabs.
Hold on, pause. We caught a lot of crabs, you know what I mean? But I don't know if I could say this. I might be confessing to a felony.
Yo.
We did, according to them, we got some stone crabs, which were delicious. And, that's, according to them, that was highly illegal. So, allegedly we did. Maybe maybe it wasn't us, but according to the law, if somebody of higher standard found out about this, we might be, in prison or in jail at least. But we got some good food. We ate well. It was a good time overall. And then we dove into on Saturday afternoon and night into some shroomery. Had a great fire. There's something about fire. You know what I mean? Like you just sit around it. And you could be talking, as long as you have a beverage, you don't need drugs or anything, but that just, makes it even a little better. But there's something about fire that just connects people. It's like in our DNA as human beings, as a species, that like creates good conversation, creates like bonding moments.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Am I,
mean.
Like, I don't know when's the last time you've been around a fire, but we do that in the winter in the backyard a lot. But something about just lighting up a fire and everybody contributes to keeping it going. It's like a community thing. It's pretty cool. But overall, man,
I feel like that's why it is. I feel like that's why it is like, kind of like just a humbling experience, and you get to like just really like sit down and, communicate with everyone around it. Like, it's cool. I used to go camping all the time when I was like younger, like from like 15 to like,
I never went camping before. That's crazy that you have.
Yeah, I used to go camping a lot.
I didn't know how much of it was a normal thing. Being growing up in New York area, it's like it's not a normal thing. I'm not saying nobody used to, but you had to have a certain type of family and a certain type of situation to go camping. It wasn't as certain states it's a lot easier. Florida, I'm learning it's a lot more done than most states that I've
Florida got there's a park. It's not too far from where you guys are at. It's called like Jonathan Dickinson State Park. Okay. It's like near like I want to say a little bit north of Port St. Lucie, maybe around that area. So it's not too far. I've been camping there, and it's pretty cool. Yeah,
I heard a lot of these camps. We go with the Spos, and Kelsey said that a lot of these camps now have apps that like make it easier to like create like reservations. You know how campsites are; they want to profit and stuff like that. There's regulations or whatever, and it's made it harder for people to just show up and go camping because now everybody could easily just go on the app, book a reservation, or it might get too full. Or I don't know how what you're saying is, but I know that other great campsites in South Florida is now overbooked because it's more easy to basically book a reservation.
I don't know if they still do it there, but there's like a little island in Deerfield like Inlet Island or whatever.
Okay.
It's like right by the beach, and you kind of have to do the same thing, but it's real close to where you park. It's not far at all, and you kind of just like canoe over there. And I camped there before for like a extended weekend, and it was pretty dope. So I mean, there's a lot of places in Florida that you can go out.
Yeah, this campsite we went to, obviously it's on an island. We didn't have to pay for parking. We didn't have to pay for anything. So it was kind of cool to not have to pay for something that you could do that should be free. But, these days, everything costs something. So
of course,
overall, a great experience. Great, I'm going to keep, take a little bit of time off and I'll go camping probably in the early of next. I want to go during while it's a little cooler out in South Florida. Just to get a little mix. So, how in South Florida in January, in February, it drops like 20, 30 degrees at night.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to like more of a colder, cooler setting. So I think the next time I go camping will be January, February, just to kind of give myself a different vibe. So that's it.
Let me know when you go.
Yeah,
down,
and most
down.
likely it won't be in South Florida, it'll be more central or north. So,
Yeah.
maybe we could catch a vibe.
Yeah, I'm about it. About it.
Yeah. So before we get into football, because that'll be as we say, the meat and potatoes of this podcast, because we got 17, 18 weeks plus, obviously not including the playoffs of NFL football. So there'll be plenty of content on this podcast per week. We want to make sure that we're not an exclusive football podcast each episode. You come to us to catch a vibe and listen to us as individuals talk about what's going on, but also some sports. But before we jump into that, some bigger news, world news, was Queen Elizabeth II died, 96 years old. In general, I didn't give a fuck.
Yeah,
most
I'm
people
not laughing
acted like
'cause she died.
yeah, for the record, eliminated.
I'm just laughing because, bro, like, Twitter died.
Twitter was on fire this week, right? Twitter is it's like an amusement park. It's like a museum where you could go and just live on for hours at a time when something great in the news happens.
It was, man, like, just like the content, like, people put out such crazy stuff, and like sometimes, like, I'll see a tweet and it'll have, like, who knows, like, thousands, like tens of thousands of retweets, and I'll go on this person's profile and, like, I'll be
no
like,
followers.
If you like, I don't know what you do, but like, if you put like half the effort into something else that you do on Twitter, bro, like, you could probably make some money. But man, like, just some of this shit, like, there was a video of like this older lady jumping out of a plane, and it was like the Queen coming back from the gulag. Like, bro,
I seen so much shit.
They had like fucking Irish people dancing in front of Buckingham Palace. Like, there was a soccer game, I guess, in Ireland, and they were screaming like, what was it? Like, Lily's dead.
The witch is dead.
It's so shit, bro. Like, bro, they were making Meghan Markle jokes. Like, dog, like, it was just, hey, Meghan Markle though.
Hey,
Meghan Markle though. Oh, shit.
Usually, these, I think the world, and especially England, they rock in a different manner than the rest of the world, and I think, the Western world of America, we look up to, and we love to live in the fairy tale and the mystique of queens and kings and all that. I think that's where the connection is, because all of a sudden the royal prince or princess gets married and America stops and watches it. And it's all for news and entertainment news, and it doesn't mean shit. Yeah. It's just something to talk about for ratings. But give a little background, we'll talk about it because it's relevant, just to kind of learn. I learned more about the royal family in the last 5 days than I did before that.
Yeah, for real.
And before that, it was all bad about pedophilia and shit. So this was a little bit allegedly. Yeah, allegedly it's still going on.
She about to go reunite with Epstein, bro.
Shit. I did see a lot of Kobe's about to cross her over and shit. Yeah, that was funny. But to give a little background, Queen of the United Kingdom and other Commonwealth realms from the 6th of February 1952 till her death in 2022. She was a queen regnant of 32 sovereign states during her lifetime, and 15 at the time of her death. Her reign of 70 years, 214 days is the longest of any British monarch, and the longest recorded of a female head of state in history. So it is a big deal, whether you think it's, she's a figurehead or, just, I mean, you could say the presidents in America are figureheads at the end of the day, the way they're going. She probably had more wits to her than Biden has right now at 96 years old. But,
think so?
I know so. I think I could go out on a limb and say that, but it's pretty cool. Hot take. But it's pretty cool. Obviously, the who'd you mention? Meghan Markle, right? She's married to Prince William or some shit. Her grandson or something, and they wanted to break away from the kingdom and all that. But it's all bullshit. I don't read into it because I don't give a fuck. But if I have to pay attention to it a little bit, I will, just because it is history at the end of the day. It's not like keeping up with the Kardashians type bullshit. It is kind of cool history and things. I just don't make it. I don't. You know how people on Twitter and Instagram acting like they really knew like about this woman and like you thought about her three times in your entire life. Everybody loves to be a part of things, and it's like I get it. It makes you feel good when you post R.I.P. somebody, but you don't have to. You could just carry on with the rest of your day.
I just seen a tweet because I typed in Queen Elizabeth on Twitter, and it said, just in, the White House announced that Donald Trump is not invited to Queen Elizabeth's funeral.
Oh yeah, I think that is a real tweet though, right? Because I think they were inviting all figureheads and whatever from like the world. That's like a big deal that the world celebrates if somebody dies like that. Like it'll probably be, I mean, it probably will be of the 2000s the biggest death
the Ukrainian president was there because he don't got better things to worry about.
I'm going to save this for another podcast episode, but I got some things to say about the Ukraine and the war on that. But I've been hearing some things. Where it's like, I don't know. A lot of people took Ukraine's side immediately, and they didn't read up on a lot of things that have been going on.
No one's talking about it anymore.
Well, first of all, because it's not cool. You know, it's not cool to support them anymore. But also, in times of like despair and war, a lot of people post things on social media or take sides of countries or people without knowing anything that was going on. I've learned a lot over listening to some podcasts about Ukraine. Not saying all bad things. I'm just saying like a lot of political and things that are going on where I'm not justifying Russian invasion of them, but I could understand a little bit more of why Russia would invade them. As opposed to like thinking it was just unjust. Not justifying it at all for the record, but when you read some things and you educate yourself, there is some political reasons of why Ukraine could be doing something behind the scenes. I don't know if you know that. We'll talk off air and then maybe put it together in an episode, but go ahead. Wrap this up. I mean, wrap this segment up.
Yeah, bro, like I didn't even know. I thought she had been dead. Like honestly, like shit don't.
She's like that. Who's that? Betty
White.
Betty White.
Yeah, I was more sad about Betty White passing than freaking the Queen.
Betty White was a G.
Betty White was a G, you know. But like, bro, like the Queen doesn't affect me. Like,
no.
It has nothing to do. Like, I'm not like. Honestly, like the best thing was Twitter. Like that's all I
literally
gotta say.
Like I didn't watch any news on it at all. I was in Cocoa Beach when it happened that Thursday traveling, and I went on Twitter for all my news, all my updates, and man, it was on fire. Yeah, Twitter's a negative place if you want it to be a negative place, but for me, that goes for all the jokes. I go to Twitter for some fights. I happen to scroll across some nudity when I'm on Twitter, which is always great, just randomly in the day. 9 a.m. Sometimes I get some nudity, and I'm like, I didn't ask for this.
And it's always at the gym. I'm like, fuck. Come on, get out of here.
Right. You got to make sure you're not in a public place, and you're like, oh, I got to scroll faster. But, like, that's what's great about Twitter. I go on Twitter, I have no idea what I'm going to get. It's like playing, no pun intended, Russian roulette. I was just going to say no pun intended. Yeah. It really is. You just go on, and the algorithm's great. Instagram, the algorithm's trash. I keep seeing the same shit.
Instagram is the worst social media app, bro. Like, I've been on TikTok, and I hate TikTok. I just downloaded TikTok. Bro, Instagram trash. Why the fuck did they make stories play sound now? Automatically.
What, Instagram? Do they?
Yeah.
I keep my volume down on purpose. So.
Bro, I can't.
For many reasons.
I can't watch Instagram stories at work now when I'm hiding in the bathroom because, like, even if I got my phone on mute.
Oh, so whatever, like you go on Instagram, and even if you have it on mute, it immediately
the story's
plays.
Still gonna make noise. Yeah. And at first, I thought my phone was bugging. I was like, "Yo, something's wrong with my phone." Like, let me go back and mute one of the reels. Try it again. Let me make sure my phone's on mute. Flick the little button down. All that kind of shit. Let me make sure my settings, whatever. But then I fucking searched it on Twitter. And there was a lot of people complaining about it. So, Instagram, why, bro? why? Like, every fucking update y'all make, you just make it worse.
I have noticed that
just
on
trash.
Instagram. I just went on Instagram Funny and just to test out what you're saying because I haven't realized it. Because sometimes I put my volume all the way on mute because I don't even like to hear sometimes Instagram by accident. And I just went on just now. If you didn't hear it, I played it, not trying to hear the volume. And you're right, it did play it automatically.
It fucking plays it, bro. It plays it. I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't.
why.
Yeah, I didn't realize that.
It's dumb. It's so dumb.
Yeah, so I always, what I do is, on my shit, I always just pull down and pull this volume tab, you see?
Yeah.
I always just do that automatically now, and I didn't realize I was doing that for Instagram because, sometimes I go on, sometimes you go on Instagram and all these social media apps, you don't even realize what you're doing, you're just on it. So I guess I was doing that the whole time, and I didn't even realize I was muting it before I even got on it because it was annoying as fuck, but now I know. All right, this attention span, we went from Queen Elizabeth to social media, but that's what we do. Accept it. Let's, now that we're 30 minutes in, time for some NFL football. We said last week, football is coming. Football is here. Hopefully, your team won in week 1. Not everybody could win. Our team's won. We're 1-0.
Hey, our team's 1-0.
I'm tied for first. I wanted to wear as much Giants gear as I could because my team might go 1-17. I don't. Or 1-16. I have no idea. Yeah, I'm like, how many games are in the season these days? Yeah, but it's like we could go 1-16, or we could go 8-9, or 5 and whatever. So I gotta. These games are like gold.
You could go 8-9 and still win that division.
That is true because we'll get into kind of the game recaps real quick. We'll kind of do a hot. Fast take on all the games.
2 minutes drill with Chris Berman.
Yeah, I might try to develop something on maybe for next week. I didn't have enough time because obviously traveling and getting back, and my physical and mental capacity was not at it the last couple days to even do anything.
Wait, so you mean that your life doesn't revolve around this podcast?
It kind of does and kind of doesn't. I'll be honest. I have a lot going on in my life that I try to, but also I don't have a lot going on in my life that it does consume me. So it's kind of like a walking, talking paradox of, but yeah, this podcast, you and this podcast are my life.
I love that.
So week 1, let's jump into it. Yeah, I was thinking about doing some, maybe a 2-minute drill, Mike Berman type shit. Do we want to talk about the
Thursday night game?
Yeah, so let me break down not break down, but give a quick, little practice run at scores, quick highlights, quick takes, and then I'll ask you which one of those games, what stood out for you. So, starting off Thursday, September 8th. Bills, Rams, Super Bowl preview? I don't know. The Bills come in.
Based off Thursday night.
Yeah. Bills come into L.A. Obviously, L.A. Rams got their rings. They're, Super Bowl favorites again. Got the aging, but better than ever. Matthew Stafford with his second, chance at life, basically, with the Rams. Aaron Donald in the defense. Ramsey in the second. Odell Beckham in the house. He's a free agent, so he's kind of, maybe doing some underhand deals with both teams. After this game, the Bills look like the heavy favorites and nailing them down due to the connection with what's his name on defense, Von Miller. So obviously the Bills come out hot. I think they go up. What do they go up? They go up 10-0. Then they tie it at 10. Then the Bills handle it 14. Josh Allen looked pretty good.
He looked great, yeah.
3 touchdowns, 2 picks, but 26 for 31. He ran the ball 10 times. Stephon Diggs had a great game. And then the Rams didn't look good. Obviously, the only Cooper Kupp. He had a great game, which I think you could lock him in for probably 13 receptions, 100 plus. 10
he's
receptions.
Matchup proof.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, but it looks like he's going to be doing it alone unless somebody steps up. Running game, add Cam Akers in 2 of my 3 leagues, and guess what? I survived, and I think I'm gonna win in both of those leagues. So that's the positive. So Thursday, I was down on my luck. Bree was passed out in the hotel room. I was buzzed. I was smoking a cigar in the parking lot of Cocoa Beach. Fucking the Yankees were losing. Cam Akers gave me 0 points, but then I was like, you know what? It's only one game. I got the rest of my team, and it looks like I'm gonna go 2-0 of those. So. What's your thoughts? Bills win 31-10 over the Rams. Big deal. Little deal. No deal for it being the first game of the season for those two teams.
I think it's no deal. Like you said, first game of the season. I said it last week. Super Bowl hangover is a real thing. You're at home. That stadium is probably going crazy. I didn't watch the beginning of the game, so I don't know if they did any kind of stuff before the game, like ring
announced
presentation
something. The Rock.
I'm getting tired of the Rock. I'm getting tired of that.
Yeah,
guy,
they're kind of overkilling with that.
His shoes, UFC, all that kind of stuff is extra. He has no reason to work out with Aaron Donald. But the Bills look good. Stephon Diggs look good. Josh Allen looks good. Everyone's on the Josh Allen MVP hype train. I don't blame them.
I said on this podcast.
No deal. Rams running game didn't show up. Like you said, Cam Akers didn't do much. I guess Matthew Stafford only throws the ball to white people because Allen Robinson was nowhere to be found.
Allegedly.
They got to figure that out. I think they'll figure it out, man. Like, it's the Rams. They just won a Super Bowl. They're well coached. They'll be all right. No deal. No deal for me, bro. No deal.
All right.
No deal. Plus, it's like the Thursday game, too. Like, you're not playing on Sunday like you're used to. Like,
yeah, it's a little different. It's a hyped up game, so this was kind of a weird where the NFL's been doing that lately, where they try to get the Week 1 game on Thursday. It could be a potential Super Bowl matchup, or it's the Super Bowl champions or something like that, which is great for ratings. Obviously, I think it makes sense.
Yeah. I don't blame them. I don't fault them for it, but it's like I'm not with it.
Yeah, it's only Week 1. So before we get into my side, because what we'll do every week is at least try to talk about the Giants or the Dolphins, because that's teams that we root for, and we have I think we have a good amount of listeners that side with both of us. And if you don't, whatever, you're gonna have to listen to us anyway. But I'll give a rundown of some other games before we deep dive into that. So I'll run off some games of some scores, some info about those games, and then you tell me what stood out for you. We got the Saints, Falcons. Falcons, if you haven't seen, they blow a lot of games. In the last, I think I'm just being blunt. In the regular season, postseason,
their whole history as a team.
Yeah, their last 5 years, man. They showed a meme or graphic today that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 6 or 7 games that they had double-digit leads. Some 10 points, some 15, some 20 points. Obviously, we all know the obvious one in the Super Bowl, and they blow leads historically. They have different quarterbacks since then. They have different head coaches since then. So it's one of those team things. But they had a lead up on the Saints. Shout out Jameis Winston comes through. Tyson Hill comes through with 4 rushes for 81 yard touchdown.
Yeah,
Winston had a great quote after the game. A lot of pain out there. Man, this guy's a walking meme.
Yeah.
He's
your
awesome.
Body is
I love
symmetrical.
him.
Your wrist or your ankles, your shoulder.
I love him. He says it all the time. I think there was a quote that I heard. He goes, oh, this is great. Ready? He goes, I don't care how people are doing me. I'ma just do me. And I'm like, dog, that's like the most simple quote from Jameis Winston. Like, I don't care how people do me, I'ma do me. But Saints pull it off in a close game, 27-26. Bears, kind of ugly game, raining in Soldier Field. Bears win 19-10 over the 49ers. We got our first look at Trey Lance. He was 13 for 28, not great percentage-wise, no touchdowns, 1 pick. 49ers got an injury. Elijah Mitchell's Looks like he's going to be out for, he's got 8 weeks with an MCL sprain. So just like last year, same story. So that 49ers running back committee, if you're in fantasy, is looking like a shit show early on, just like last year.
That's why you take my dog Debo.
Yeah, Debo had 8 rushes for 52, only 2 catches. Bears, Fields look good. 2 touchdowns, 1 pick, only 17 attempts, and then pretty pedestrian and ugly, more of a defensive rain battle. Next game, Steelers-Bengals. That was a great game. 23,
Nuts.
the Steelers win over the Bengals late. Overtime, field goals, McFerguson, right? That's his name. Out of the
Bengals, McPherson.
McPherson, sorry.
Yeah.
Obviously, he was the fucking leg last year, basically pulling them
playoffs.
in all the tough spots. Big news for the Steelers.
TJ Watt.
Well, first of all, Najee Harris, he turned out the foot injury is not going to be as bad as we first thought. It's going to be more of a day-to-day or week-to-week thing. It looks like he'll play next week. He got x-rays. It came back negative. But, TJ Watt could be a torn pec, and he knew it right away.
Yeah, it's tough.
That's huge.
They need him.
Yeah, that sucks because, damn, I love defense. I love defensive players probably more than offensive players as a football fan. I just love when I think football, I think of hard hitting. I just love everything about that because offense is just like the NBA. It's kind of what sells tickets, what gets ratings, and that's cool. Who doesn't love Steph Curry pulling up from 10 feet behind the three-point line and shooting? But I love defense. I love blocks. I love steals. I love fast breaks and stuff like that. So I'm kind of old school in that regard. But that TJ Watt, hopefully, they said today, if he doesn't need surgery, it'll be like 4 to 5 week thing. If he does, he's out for the year. He obviously last year had 22.5 sacks. Tied the record, I believe, for most sacks with Strahan. But yeah, that would be a tough loss. But Steelers eke it out. Real quick, Eagles, Lions. This was a shootout. Shout out the Lions. Eagles. Yeah, Eagles won 38-35, but the Lions stayed in it. Eagles look legit on offense. Jalen Hurts looks great. No touchdowns, no picks, but he threw the ball 32 times, rushed the ball 17 times. A.J. Brown looked good in his debut as an Eagle, 10 receptions, 155 yards. And then on the Lions side, I seen that you were complaining about this. Swift was doing all the work, and Jamal Williams was getting all the touchdowns up.
Hey, look, I got neither of them on fantasy. I'm a huge Jamal Williams fan. He watches anime. This guy is fucking just like you said in one of the pods, I'll run through a brick wall for that guy. He's mad emotional.
Yeah, he's a nerd.
Jamal Williams, my dog. I got no rooting interest. So if he can get the tutties, I'm cool with it.
So yeah, they look good on offense. Their rushing was 181 yards total. They look good on offense. It was cool. They had a good moment in that game with Amon-Ra St. Brown caught a touchdown, and then within a minute or two, his brother in Chicago caught one. I was watching Red Zone at the same time, and they went from one touchdown to the other. And I told Bree, because, all right, allegedly I was doing this. I was driving 4 hours, and the only way I was going to survive driving 4 hours at 1 p.m. on week 1 of football. Yes, was having my phone literally like this. It was safe. I had my shit on cruise control for most of it, but I had it I had to have my phone in front of my face watching, so I didn't miss a minute of Red Zone from 1 to 4 p.m. And then let's see, let's run it down more because we want to get to our games. Ravens over Jets 24-9. Jets look like shit. Pay the man, Lamar Jackson, please. Commanders, formerly the Redskins, formerly the R-Words, formerly the football team, 28-22 over the Jaguars. Nothing really stands out to me in that game. They could both die. I don't really care. Browns-Panthers, that was a big deal. Baker Mayfield for the Panthers coming, playing the Browns, a revenge game. He didn't play well enough. I don't think the Browns rushed the ball well. The Browns take that 26-24. Texans Colts tie.
Blee.
Texans were up 20 to 3.
20 to
and
3,
then, and then the Colts scored 17 unanswered, and they couldn't. Not much to say about that game. Jonathan Taylor, beast. That was just kind of like the other two games we just mentioned. It was kind of like, what the fuck are we doing here? Vikings-Packers, 23-7. Vikings take this over the Packers. They made Aaron Rodgers look bad, which is very hard to do. Their offense looked good in the first half. I think they didn't score much in the second half. Let me look at that. Yeah, the Vikings scored 17 and then scored 6. So they looked like they were going to rout it, and then they didn't do much. Packers stayed in it, but Packers offense. But I feel like that's something I've seen from the Packers before. I've seen them be a little lackluster in the beginning of their season, then they pick it up. Obviously, way different situation with less Pro Bowlers on their team. Devontae Adams obviously is that big piece missing. Chiefs, Cardinals, Chiefs. Woo! For all the people who think that Patrick Mahomes isn't going to perform, 5 touchdowns, no picks, 360 yards. I think no Tyreek Hill, all that. Dude's a fucking...
Doesn't matter.
Dude's a special dude. Like, you got to know the difference between a good or a very good quarterback missing a piece and a great one. So that was just one of those shootouts Arizona tried to answer. Kyler Murray, 22 for 34, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Not much to do on that. That was a rout. Raiders, Chargers. That was a good battle division game. Adams had a great debut. 10 catches, 141 yards. Derek Carr did his thing, 2 touchdowns, but he had 3 picks. That was the difference in the game. Chargers, Herbert looked great. 3 touchdowns, no picks.
Herbert's nasty.
Keenan Allen got an injury. He's on my fantasy team that I'm worried about. Hamstring. Not good. And then the late game. Buccaneers, 19. Cowboys, 3, which, as a Giant fan, I'm not rooting for injury, but, hey, if it happens, it happens. Dak Prescott looks like he's going to miss 6 to 8 weeks with a hand injury. Nothing flashy from this game. Brady did his thing. Nothing too impressive. Fournette had 126 yards. Mike Evans, 71 yards. Cowboys got shut down, 3 points. Outside of the Dolphins and Giants, which we'll get into, what stood out from those games? What do you have to talk about? I'll get better efficiency as breaking down those scores. Maybe I'll produce a rundown for next week that I can keep that short and simple. But what did you see from your football Sunday, that stood out to you? Injuries, anything?
I'm going to try and keep it short, just, little rundown. Everyone was, 49er fans hype about Trey Lance. I didn't watch that game. I saw enough on Red Zone. Granted, it was, like Trav said, a fucking monsoon there, so you can't really take too much from it, rain game, but 13 to 28, 164 with a pick doesn't look good. They kept Jimmy G for a reason. They re-signed him for that 1-year deal for a reason, and I think Jimmy G plays. He'll probably be back in there before week 5 or 6, unless Trey Lance just starts balling out. Steelers, Bengals. Jamar Chase is he's not human. That kid, bro, like, just some of the catches he makes, he's kind of like Cooper Kupp. He's always open. It's ridiculous. He should have had another touchdown. I don't know why they didn't review that first one, or that one he caught where he was like right on the fucking goal line. And then he made a nasty one-handed grab where he barely got.
That was nasty.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. And then Deontay Johnson made another nasty catch sidelines, one-handed too. That division is going to be wild the whole year. Steelers, Bengals, and Ravens, Browns too. That's a tough division. When Watson comes back, tough. Eagles, I was really surprised with how well Hurts and A.J. Brown picked it up off rip. He had 10 catches for 155 yards. That's good. And Devontae Smith had no catches. He got locked down. Miles Sanders finally scored his first touchdown in 2 years.
Thank God.
Lamar Jackson did his thing, had a few bombs. He finally got a receiver that can catch the ball. like you said, pay that man, give him guaranteed money. That's why he didn't take the deal that they offered him. Jags, Commanders, Wentz did his thing. I've been a big Wentz hater for a long time. He played pretty well. I got him on a fantasy team, so I can't hate.
I think most people are Wentz haters.
Yeah. Giants, Titans. We'll get into that. I called it, though. Packers, Vikings. Rodgers, bro, like, I don't know what he does week one. Last year, I saw him week one. Didn't do much. Justin Jefferson, same thing as Jamar Chase. Not human. Fucking just ridiculous, bro. How this dude's open, like, so much. Like, you got to double coverage this guy. Like, there's no other choice. Like, make anybody else beat you. Chiefs, Cardinals, Mahomes, just fucking nuts. Kyler Murray is too busy playing video games still. Fucking Raiders, Chargers, Herbert, bro. Such good quarterback play, man. Like, there's so many good quarterbacks, bro. Like,
right? There's a lot, yeah.
Man,
it really is.
So many good quarterbacks. Like, I just love it. Like, some of the throws I saw Herbert make were like nuts. Like, his throws that he makes, like, they don't fall down. Like, they keep rising up. And it's just like, it makes no sense. Like, I'm baffled when I see his throws. It's just like, zip on it is nuts. Bucks, Cowboys, didn't watch that game. I don't have any interest in watching a man that's halfway through 50 throw the football. I don't care about the Cowboys. Brady's getting a divorce. I really don't care about.
Damn, where's the love these days, huh?
There's those teams, bro. So
I thought love is love.
No.
Hey,
I've been doing the Waddle all day. I've been doing the Waddle all day, dog. At work, I'm doing the Waddle.
I'm going Dolphins Bills in next week. Not this coming weekend, next weekend with my boy Vito.
That should
He's
be
got
fun.
season tickets. Yeah, that'll be fun. But real quick, what did you see from your Dolphins in your game? Give a little synopsis to that. I'll do a little synopsis of the Giants, and we move on from football.
So if y'all know me and y'all know how I watch the Dolphins, which I haven't watched a Dolphin game in a long time. I only watch Red Zone because I've just been so sick of it, bro. Like, I'm not going to put myself through it. But I might have to change that up now for the next few weeks for this season maybe, because Tyreek Hill is one of my favorite players, has been one of my favorite players for a long time. Cheetah, I'm faster than you. Hey, look, first game of the season, I don't think they opened up the playbook that crazy because we were playing the Pats. We knew we were more talented. We probably went into that game knowing we were the better team. We just had to execute.
Which is something you couldn't say for a while, and it's great. It's refreshing to say, huh?
Yeah, hey, 4 wins in a row against New England. I love it. Tua did his thing, kind of, sort of. Didn't turn the ball over. He did fumble, but we got it back. Hey, Mike McDaniel, man, I love this dude, bro. He's on the sideline wearing Supreme Air Force Ones, crispy white.
That fresh. He's my favorite,
bro.
Including my own. He's my favorite head coach in the league.
Yeah,
including my own.
I'm all for it. Supposedly he's got a Yeezy collection. He was cursing and he's like, "Oh, my bad," in the press conference. Like, I love this dude. 4th and 7, play. We don't ever do that. He went for it. Whoever was announcing the Dolphins game was like, I don't really love this decision by Mike McDaniel. Fucking slant route to Waddle for a fucking 49-yard TD or 47-yard TD, whatever it was. So, hey, that's what you got to do sometimes, bro. It's the end of the half. Take a fucking shot, bro. Who the fuck cares? Like, that does a lot for your team. It shows that you have confidence in your quarterback, shows that you have confidence in your skilled players. So fucking go for it. Who the fuck cares, bro? And defense scored a touchdown, did their thing, had a nice tip drill pick in the end zone. So we play Baltimore next week. Let's do the same thing again. Show up, do what you did, and that's a test. On the road, that's going to show a lot who we are. Let's get it, man. Fucking go. Fins up. Shout out Vito. Shout out whoever left the fucking grill on in the parking lot and
damn, that was crazy. If you guys
fire,
seen that
bro.
Video.
Like, nah, come on, man. Like, fucking rookie, bro. First tailgate, I guess.
Shit, all you gotta do is be a little wasted, have a couple things in you, and it don't take much. My game with the Giants, obviously going into it, you're gonna assume that the Giants are gonna lose because we haven't. It's been 5 years since we've started off the season 1-0. It's been, I think, 4 seasons since we started off a season. 5 seasons since we 1-0. And since that boat, I think the boat curse that Odell Beckham and everybody was on the boat. We have like a record of like 4-32. It's something crazy. We have a deep rooted curse, and we've changed so many head coaches and GMs to offset that, and nothing's worked. But Saquon, the return of Barkley is huge, man. It's don't know him personally. I don't have to. Because how we joke around in group chats like, oh, I love this dude. He's a great dude. And it's like, oh, you know him? It's like,
you know him?
No.
Oh, you spoke
But
with
it's
him?
like, at the
He
end of the
told you
day,
that?
yeah. When you watch a guy for 3 or 4 years and you've seen him in his highs and you've seen him in his lows act the same way, that's where I kind of go, all right, I kind of do know him a little bit, because the way he carried himself when he won Rookie of the Year and the way he carried himself when he was out for 10 weeks and then was not good last year, that he showed the same character, showed the same work ethic and everything. It's like, I kind of do know him as a person like that.
One could even say before his NFL career, because when he was at Penn State, like, he was that dude, not just at Penn State, but college football wise. And he's always been, calm, cool, and collected. So I wouldn't be the same way. That's all I'll say.
For sure. And, Daniel Jones, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick, 188 yards, managed the game. He had 1 fumble, but that was the O-line's fault. 1 bad pick in the end zone. We'll clean that up. But Dayball going, I like how we're calling it DBE. What's his name? David, no. We're calling it D-Ball Energy. I don't know. I like it as Giants fans. The fact that we could get behind our head coach when we've had 4 in like 5 years. Dayball energy, big dick energy. I love it. Going for 2. We were already supposed to lose that game anyway. Might as well go for it. And when the Titans were driving downfield, I thought we were going to lose that game, and we should have lost that game. Point blank. That's a game that the Giants lose 100 out of 100 times. And you've seen it all year last year. Last year we had, I think I did the math. I think we had like 6 games in the fourth quarter that we were either up or within a touchdown and that we lost. And we lost all 6 of them. Like, it was something crazy like that where we couldn't finish games. So just happy with that. We're 1-0. Done.
Yeah, I love that y'all went for 2, because I'm watching that game. I had just got back from the gym, and I'm watching that game with Mike, and y'all score. And I'm like, yo, I hope they go for 2 on the road. No one expects that you're going to win this game. Like, you got Saquon balling. Like, just give him the fucking ball. Like, who live or die by Saquon at this point. And they fucking, a little underhand throw, and they fucking got it. I went nuts. I went nuts like if the Dolphins scored, because I texted you right away. I was hyped for y'all. So I'm glad.
I had no energy coming back from driving all day and camping. I had no energy. And I was calm the whole game up until the last, few minutes of the game. And once we scored, I got hype. And also, once we, I text everybody. I think that text me like, "Wait, let us finish this game. Yeah. There's a lot of time left." I seen this before. I text like 2 or 3 group chats like, "Well, just wait for it. There's 1 minute and 4 seconds. I've seen it too many times." And once they got 2 completions and then we got 2 penalties, I go, "We're losing this." And then when they won, man, I went berserk, and it was the only time I showed energy the entire time I was home because I was beat. But that's week 1 of NFL football. That's overall, man, a great dub. Glad we're 2-0 on the podcast. Fantasy-wise, I think and I hope, Denver and Seattle's finishing up, which is Seattle's winning 17-13 with 7 minutes to go as we record this. Give me a close game down the stretch. I haven't checked my fantasy teams, but I think I'm going to go 3-0. What about you?
You're lit.
Let me check. Hold on.
I'm only going to win in Trav's league. I was up pretty much through.
Confirmed. I'm going 3-0. Sorry.
Must be nice.
I just had to make sure because this game I had a couple players in.
Fact check yourself. I see.
Yeah.
I see. In the league that I'm running, that you're in, I was up pretty much the whole day through the 1 p.m. slate, and then Justin Herbert did his thing, and Aaron Rodgers didn't do his thing. So I blew the lead, and then I got blown out in this other last-minute league that I joined. But,
just be careful with you, Mike. I can hear feedback.
Okay, I'm messing with the cord.
Yep.
Like, put it back up. Honestly, like, I should probably take the league that I'm running a lot more seriously.
You should.
But no, I'm the commissioner stuff serious. But like, if I win or lose, I'm not like too worried about that. Like, I'm doing it for everyone else. But Travis,
No, that's how I am in baseball. It's like I almost like am a servant at that, where I just want the league to be competitive and fun.
Yeah, Travis Lee, because it's people that I'm closer with, and I know everyone in that, and we talk a lot of shit, and that's the league that I'm taking most seriously. And I'll start off 2-0. Some people said my team was atrocious, it was trash, but hey, we'll let that slide. I ain't worried about it. That makes it like 6 times now in a few days that I've said that, so it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, you got some heat after the draft, so I'm rooting for you. I'm rooting for you because it'll make great jokes in a group chat, and it'll also make great content. So definitely want you to win that. So all right, that's it for football. Let's move on. Week 1 was great. Week 1 I feel like was in mid-season form, in my opinion, with everything that happened across the board.
NFL did a great job of scheduling week 1. Like,
I think they're starting to get more creative and more smart with, like, hey, get people involved in the beginning, middle, and end. Like, the flex schedule makes things easier at the end because you could start taking teams out that aren't in it, so you can manipulate the schedule as far as, like, not Thursday night, but, like, primetime games and stuff like that, or 4 o'clock games. But in the beginning, put the teams up there that you know are going to create drama, that are going to be good. And then in the middle of the season, do the same thing. Obviously, we have Deshaun Watson coming back versus Houston, which, hey, that's amazing. And, hey, what outside of the legal issues, that's what we want. We want things to look forward to talk about, and to watch. Because at the end of the day, it's fucking sports. Who cares what these people do in their personal life? It doesn't fucking affect me. All right. Let's see. Let's do, what do we got? Damn, we're about an hour in. Can you do a quick UFC 279 review?
I mean, I can, but there was just so much controversy, so much action, like, even before, like, leading up to the press conference, like, bro, like, that shit was nuts. Like, canceling the press conference, there was beef backstage. My guy, Jing Liang, couldn't show off his suit. He got robbed. I mean, like, bro, the UFC is just constant action, bro. Like, it doesn't get any better than that, man. Like, it's just Khamzat Chimaev, you don't make weight. He was told to stop cutting weight at 4 a.m. You show up 178 and a half pounds when you were supposed to fight at 170 against Nate Diaz. I mean, Nate Diaz talking shit the whole weekend. It's his last fight pretty much with the UFC on his contract. He said the new shoes with The Rock suck in his interview with Megan O'Leary. He's like, this shits are terrible. I mean, just cursing. Like, it's just great, man. Like, Tony Ferguson, class act. Everyone, Kevin Holland, real gangster. Everyone that fucking, made that shit happen, because that event could have been canceled. They could have been like, nah, I don't want to fight. Like, Kevin Holland didn't have to fight Chimaev. Like, and it's not just fight night, bro. Like, you're training for this for 8 weeks, and you have your opponent in mind, and you're training for that specific opponent, and then you find out you're fighting someone else like less than 48 hours after. Nah. So shout out everyone that made that shit happen. Like, Chimaev, be a professional, make weight. I get it. Whatever. I don't know what happened. My brother said something was fishy, but I mean, it was cool, I guess. If you're not a casual fan of the sport and you've been waiting to see Tony Ferguson and Nate Diaz fight for a long time, that was cool. Nate got the dub in sub fashion. It was Khamzat is nasty. He's next up. He can fight at 170. He can fight at 185. He can probably fight at 205. Who the fuck knows? This dude is crazy. But I mean, I don't know. We got a few good events coming up. Song Yadong fights this weekend against Corey Sandhagen, main event. That's good. And my dog, internet sensation, Hasbulla. He got that
Shout
bag.
out.
He got that bag, so he'll probably be octagon side, for the next
Good for him.
years. Yeah, man, that's cool, bro. Like, that's another thing, bro. The UFC, like, I think last week it was that they were saying that Joe Rogan hired that Best Buy employee that got fired because she was pushing some guy that was trying to steal some merchandise from Best Buy. And, you're not really supposed to get in the way of thieves. Like, just let them go, do their thing. It's not worth your life or getting hurt over. But they fired her over it, and, Joe Rogan gave her an opportunity. So shit like that is cool,
Yep.
We'll see. I don't know what the fuck Hasbullah's going to do, but, hey, he's got clout. Everyone on the internet talks about him, so
Wherever the money goes, you're worth it.
facts.
That's
Dana
what,
White,
what
we here. We here.
That's
Dana
what
White was good. Was good.
Shout out. Yeah, if it makes money, you go where the money is. And he's a social media darling, and he's funny and entertaining. So if they could do some fun stuff, obviously not sign him for a fight, but sign him to, their brand and their, if it's one of those moves where it's like, if anybody's going to make money off him, might as well be us type shit. Like,
right.
let's not wait for somebody else to sign them, because then they get all the profit from that marketing. Let us sign it and own it.
He's already in that circle. Like, he's already
that's what I mean.
Khabib.
It makes sense.
He's already chilling with Islam.
Good for him.
Get that.
And you got it. And you got to remember, he has a medical condition, right? He's just like one of those, like, I'm not saying, I don't know what his medical condition is literally, but I'm just saying it's like, it's cool because he's like somebody that has like Down syndrome, autism, like he has a birth defect that he wasn't born normal. So it's kind of cool to celebrate somebody that's entertaining, but he's entertaining because he's just being himself.
Bro,
like, it's pretty
so
dope.
Fucking
it's
funny,
pretty dope.
Dog. Like, his laugh is infectious. Like,
oh man,
some of
so
the
good.
Shit he does.
Always
like,
punching
he's
people
out in the Beamers with the guns. He's driving these fucking 4-wheelers, bro. He's
Love
just
it.
like, bro. He's great, bro. He's internet sensation.
I watched UFC 279 from the campgrounds. Nate Diaz obviously wins. Shout out. We'll see if it's his last fight. He did mention that he wants to get into the boxing industry. Maybe not box himself, but make some money and then come back. So that's pretty cool.
He doesn't need to do anything that involves him getting hit in the head anymore.
Yeah, he doesn't. And
Please,
he
bro.
should worry about living life, making money, and being comfortable, because that guy, hopefully he lives longer, but statistically, it doesn't look great. I'm not wishing.
Le'Veon Bell knocked out Adrian Peterson.
I seen that. There was a lot of celebrity fights, which I don't even want to talk about. Speaking of, Jake Paul's fighting Anderson Silva, and I did get the right Paul named because I had to look it up and make sure.
Woo!
I do know that Logan is WWE, and the other one is boxing. So it's easy for me to now put together. But that's on October 29th. That'll be interesting. I'll watch it. I'll tune in. And then Canelo, Triple G, this Saturday. I'll be having a birthday party for my birthday on Saturday. So hopefully we have fun during the day, and then we'll watch the fight either in the crib or I think I want to put the screen down with the little theater set outside in the pool area for that. But yeah, that'll be good. Canelo, Triple G. Is this the third or the fourth fight? Fourth?
I think it's
right. How many times have they fucking fought?
Boxing. Speaking of boxing, Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis is in the works. Seen some reports on Twitter, and then Andy Ruiz, one of my favorite boxers. It seems like he's gonna fight Bronze Bomber Deontay Wilder.
Mm-hmm.
That should be a good fight.
Oh, there's a third fight, by the way. Triple G and Canelo. I feel like they fought 3 times already, but.
So boxing's got some stuff coming up.
Yeah,
man.
they got some. Yeah, usually September is
some heat.
According to every time it's like usually in the summer, June or July, big fights. September's big fights. November, like usually around my birthday was always a big fight. Like my birthday week was as a kid was always fights. Oscar De La Hoya always fought in September. Like it was like a thing. Canelo has fought a lot in my birthday week or 2 or month. So it'll be a good weekend, hopefully. Yeah, let's wrap up episode 40. Bet the Ford, are you back? I seen you did some good on UFC. I don't know if it was for the record or you made money, but
4-1.
hopefully you get back. You know, the people want
Fort David, where you at, bro? Like, come on, get better, dog. Like,
hopefully the people want you posting, toasting, dishing, and swishing. You know, doing your thing. Make some money.
Under 52 in Rams Bills game that hit. Cooper Kupp anytime touchdown. I'm gonna keep spamming Cooper Kupp anytime touchdown until that shit is like minus 400.
Stop keeping it from the people. Give it to the people.
We posted that one.
All right, bet.
Yeah,
I see. Nah, yeah, I like that. I like that.
We'll do some research. Get back on Sunday. I had kind of a busy weekend. Woke up later than I should have, but we'll post some stuff. Might even be more than just a post. Might even be a video. Who knows? Who knows?
I like that. Who knows? We got some topics that we'll cover next week. I won't even mention them. Because we'll just throw them out if we have some time next week. Next week we'll definitely work on doing a more concise and efficient week recap of the NFL. I wanted to try something new this week, which I know now, listening back already, we'll clean up and just make it more, as a weekly podcast. We want to make sure that we're recapping things efficiently for you guys, so we're not being redundant. But also, what do you have on? What is up?
We talked about this. We kind of just want to let the people know, after week 1, we do kind of want to do some fantasy stuff. So if you have any
we do.
fantasy, starter sit, waiver wire pickups, anything that you're looking for, hit us up in the DMs. Or if you consider yourself a fantasy football guru, if you think you're like the second Matthew Berry, who's not even that great, but whatever, if you think you know what you're talking about,
hit us up. We'll give you a shout out.
We might pencil you in, and maybe you can talk some shit, boast. Make sure you got your trophies or belts sitting in the back too, send us that before you talk. We need a little resume check before you
Absolutely.
do that. So let's get it.
And we'll hopefully House of Dragon episode 5 is a lot better than the last 2 because they are losing me, my friend.
Did you watch 4? Did you watch the one?
I watched 4. They're losing me, dog. Losing me every minute. Really? That show. I'm trying not to be. Bro, if we gotta talk off air longer because we don't have much time because we don't want to keep it too long. We will make sure.
Damon a wild boy.
He's all over the place, dog. I don't. Did they have sex? Did he put in just the tip? I don't even know because you know why? They're not telling me a fucking story. I have no idea what went down.
What, you wanted to actually see? That's called porn.
No,
right?
no. I didn't want to see it. I just don't know what happened. She's over here pecking him like a little kid.
Well, she is a little kid.
Yeah, well, I need her to be a grown woman. She's a princess about to be a queen. Grow the fuck up.
My boy. All right.
We'll see. Like I said, hopefully when we record next week for episode 41, episode 5 will be a lot better than, I'm telling you, episode 3, it's not about episode only 4. Episode 3 and 4, yo, real talk, it hasn't been good quality. I don't care what you say. I won't get into it now, but we will get into it next week. We'll make sure we save enough time. Any shout-outs real quick on your end to end this episode?
I got one shout-out because I did most of my shout-outs during the episode. But I saw this on Twitter when I was at the gym. Someone that's posted us before has shouted us out. My dog, Hunter Shelton, he played basketball at Jackson State. He's from Kentucky. He's been doing this shit for a while. My boy is a shooter, straight sharpshooter, 6'6". My boy got the ratchet on him. He just got a job. Graduate assistant coach at U Pike, first season. He's going to be assistant coach. That's pretty dope, man. It's good to see people like that get opportunities, and he knows what he's doing. He was at Tennessee Community College in Memphis, played 2 seasons of college ball, so it's not like he's just like doing whatever. He's doing his thing. He's got a whole family now. He just had a kid recently. So shout out my dog, man. Shout out my dog. Hopefully this is just, the start, and he just levels up and goes from here on out.
Love it. All right, episode 40. We'll wrap it up on that. Episode 40, birthday weekend coming soon.
I'm a 33. Man. I'm 40.
Yeah, I'm excited for 41 only because we're gonna clean up some NFL, how we break it down. Hopefully, some good quality games go on and some good news go on. But hey, we're right in the thick of things with NBA. I think media and preseason starts at the end of this month. Hockey starts back up. Not that we're breaking down hockey, but I'm going to be a little bit more into Panthers. Maybe try to go out to the Panthers opening night. Soccer's always going on. And I think the world needs to give us some more quality news. I think we're lacking a lot of good debates. For
real.
We, like you said, we're not a sports podcast. I would love to talk more random shit and random news and debates that's going on. But hey, we can only deal with what we got going on, and we'll try to mix it up. But for episode 40, enter the lab, exit the lab. Elvis Escobar, Fort Salma, peace.